Yeah.
Order, call roll,
Allgood, Campbell,
here.
Cullen,
Here.
Ferguson, Slater,
Here.
I'm sorry, here, Boggs, Corley,
Here.
Gross,
Here.
Patno.
Okay, I'll declare that we have a quorum. The minutes of the May 12 meeting have been circulated. Do we have any additions or corrections to those minutes?
I move that they be approved as circulated.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded. Any comments or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passes. Next item is the agenda. We're gonna need to add, I think, something to the agenda. Martha,
And we could, put it, I guess, under number 4, the Gilmore Old Warren Trace subdivision.
it's deferred
It was deferred from last week.
for lack of the septic tank fields being on. Apparently that's not been done, so. We'll have to defer it
I
again.
move we confirm the agenda as amended.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion. This next item, number 3, is a rezone request from Mr. McPherson from R1 to R3 at 129 East Kingston Springs Road. I think you have a kind of a map of it in your packet. Mr. McPherson, do you want to, our planner's not here. Has he made any comments on this?
No.
Has it ever been sent to him?
Do you want to recess for 5 minutes and see if we can?
Yeah,
get
can
in
we
touch with-
recess, do you mind if we go and recess to see if we can find out the situation?
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion to recess till 7:10.
Second.
Moving second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Right, I can try I actually was pulling the wrong card on here. I can try both of these numbers here and see if it's got mixed up.
That was,
Yeah, he's
the W was through
correct.
Well, that's sweeping
And so that's where I get he all, because we had 2 or 3 meetings with him.
Right.
And, see, this was supposed to take place at Region Springs, but it was postponed because of that situation. And he even had this, master, this is to scale. Yeah.
Well, I did talk to one engineer, but this was planned for it in the springtime because of Mike McClanahan situation, it was postponed. And, but I can't think of the lady's name, she,
Yeah.
Oh, you probably talked to Mary.
Mary.
Ezra,
Vavra.
yeah. And they said we had everything, which I have the master plan here to scale. But that's been 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah, they do have it.
Huh?
I mean, everything's been submitted to the plan.
You know, is that block 30? Is that, I can't think of the lady's name.
Peter Lee.
Peter Lee's?
I don't know. Corey, do you know? Where Tony's wanting to know.
Lot 30, is that Eva Lee?
Lot 30 on there is Eva Lee.
No, both those are packs. Eva Lee's next door.
Well, that's right next door.
Yeah.
So then who says, is that Bessie Max, who says?
This is Donna. She could train with.
Yeah, that's,
And this is Eva's brother.
where's he?
Hmm?
Where's he?
Yeah, I mean, I would've thought he would've, maybe he knew and he just forgot us, I mean. So he's, should be, what were you talking about yesterday?
Now some of this Carl's on the.
We can't.
Commented to him that I needed comments on that. On the other hand, I thought I was a chemical file.
Never come, you're
It's been filed.
Debbie says it has been filed with the minors.
I think it actually happened when Mary was still here, and then I sent it in to Jack. You know, I did that day that you were in my office, so I sent it to him.
Well, it is 7:10.
Call us back to order. My suggestion, Mr. McPherson, I don't have enough information here to make any kind of decision, because I don't know what's adjacent to it, or how it fits, or anything. I'm just really uncomfortable.
I can show you the lots around it if you want to.
You can show it to me, but do you have all the topography and everything?
Oh, you mean next door neighbors?
Well, how that fits in up there, you know. I think our job is to try to figure out how to use the land the best for the community.
Right. This is what I.
Okay, this is the three parcel. This is all commercial. These are R1s, these are two. And both of these belong to Miss Pack. And I think that one of them was in another name of House, H-O-W, which they're both the same. She was a House at one time, she's now from Pack.
Bessie.
Best,
Bessie, correct.
we know her.
Okay. All right, this is Eva Lee's property here. This is the builders. Carl Francis, right here. This is all bluff, and this is right
Right.
here.
You know, whose is this?
That's Eva Lee.
That's that,
And
he was
lives-
down here.
Yeah, no, she lives here, but she owns this lot here also.
I understand that she has but just a little tiny piece of land. And see, that's the problem.
This right here is it's all.
This is all bluff here.
That's about all the land is right there. That's probably less than an acre. And here is where our house is at now.
And then this is Carl Francis.
No,
that's the storage.
Storage, correct.
All right, now where is Eva's daughter?
Oh, right here. She's right here. That's Catherine. Catherine's here. Catherine's here, storage here, Lee here, and the builder here, Carl Francis here. I'd had about two or three meetings with Mike, and we had everything planned out with Mr.
Mike's
Riley.
no longer here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Mike didn't relay anything to any of us.
Okay, so I'm using.
Were these all townhouses?
These here,
Yeah.
they're quads, they're four units here.
Okay.
But I don't have.
They're
any-
for sale, not for rent.
No, rent.
Oh, you go to rental property.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen anything, so don't have to look at
None
it.
of us have, and that's the problem that we're having, is that it's kind of like a thing coming out of the dark to us. I mean, I've seen the trees down and the bulldozers up there and the silt fences and all that. Beyond that, I know nothing.
That's the first drawing we made with the buildings on.
It is.
Yeah, the city has a copy, this copy, exact copy, the one, this is to scale. Everything.
How long have we had a copy of this, Debbie? Just out of curiosity.
November.
November?
No, I'm sorry, there's probably a date on here.
You
I
know,
don't know.
This may be a case of something
2-3.
that
Okay,
it wasn't,
it's February.
February 3rd.
That's how
it
long it's
wasn't
been.
relayed to anybody other than,
you know, the only information that I have in here is what you all have, where he, submitted, paid his fees.
And you did a grading plan for it, did I understand? Was
Yes.
approved?
Mhm. Yeah, James Parks and Mike up here.
Your date on this document here is, April 14th.
And this has also been approved by.
On this one?
Uh,
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
first time we've seen a drawing of buildings. All we've seen
On
is
the grading and all?
That's what, that's the only thing that they regulate is the grading. the
Okay.
erosion.
Yeah.
So Tony's date on this drawing is April 14th.
I'm looking at
So
this
we
one.
haven't seen that.
No, this one's February 3rd. This one's,
What's the purpose for the lot up front?
I'm just developing the land, I'm not doing anything, it's
With the
commercial.
Huh?
Oh,
With those two buildings?
Yeah, he just put those in there, but we went ahead and made a master plan. And, but it's nothing in the works to build those right now. I'm not asking for no building.
Four.
that one says 2-3.
I'm not even asking for a building bid on these yet.
Well, I'm but one vote here. But I guess where I am is that I don't think we have enough information. And without a planner here, I'm not comfortable going forward.
Okay.
Well, the request is to change the zoning, right?
From an R1 to an R3.
On these two.
You necessarily want an R3 there. I don't know if that.
Well, I would like to hear the comments from the planner.
Yeah, I do too.
So,
And, you know, how the access fits in here and that, you know, it's obviously very steep going up in there, so.
Who's the planner?
Jay Easter.
Lowe's and Associates.
We ought to go back to sharing up.
You know, I would go ahead and, did they have a copy of this email as well, or is this just something I grabbed when I came in? Do they have copies of all emails?
No.
Okay. Certainly, we had, when Mr. McPherson originally applied back in November, he had submitted probably the copy of the application that you all had. And Mary had asked for a little bit more in-depth explanation of what was going on and what, you know, what he desired to do with the property. And he sent that back to Mike McClanahan.
I think this is,
Is that
yeah,
mine?
this one, yeah, that's it, is that my writing?
It says, doesn't it say it's from you, from Mike?
This is the update, and this one's obsolete.
Okay, okay.
why not?
Well, I don't know. There's good reasons to and not.
We haven't seen that.
Depends on the terrain, the traffic pattern getting in and out, that kind of thing. You know, what's gonna take place.
That was when Mike.
Well, you can't predict what's going on around here.
I've not
Well, sure.
seen that one, I just seen
Well,
it.
if it's
yesterday.
together,
Can we-
it's hard to oppose.
Defer this, or do you postpone it for a meeting?
You've got issues with respect to when he's made his application, if you don't take action on it, I believe it's within 60 days. I'm trying recall the statute off the top of my head, I don't have it here in front of me, then if you don't take action on it, then it could be considered, or would be considered on the past at that point.
60 days from when?
It's technically 60 days from, the date he would have made the initial application, but he did not have enough information to us in order to even bring it before this board. So he has now submitted the information that we have requested from him. But
Is
we
it
still
from
don't have
that date or
information
from
on that.
today?
It would be 60 days from the date that he provided all the rest of the information that we had to have to get in front of this
Do
board,
we
which
know
would be
when that was?
April 20, presumably April 28th. I mean, that was the last communication we had.
Now, it was decided upon it in February, but then they set a date in, I think, April for the meeting here. And then that was postponed because of the situation with Mike. And,
It was.
and my,
It was supposed to be on the May agenda, but there had not been enough notice given to the public as required by statute, so that's why it was put on the June.
Not because of Mike, though.
yes, it was.
Was the April meeting canceled because of Mike's dismissal?
Yes.
No.
I thought we had
No.
a
We had
scheduled
a
meeting
meeting.
in
I
April,
think what he's
because
saying
Mike
is
was
that
dismissed
Mike did
a week
not,
after the planning commission would have met.
after it was done in February, it should have been advertised
Okay.
according.
Now, you and I talked about
Right.
the
And
advertising.
that was not done, so I contacted Mr. McPherson to let him know that we couldn't bring him on the agenda because the proper advertising had not been done. And so then we advertised it, and that has been done now. But to my knowledge, everything was in line to move with the exception of the advertising, and that got done, but
And
I really don't like this. I mean, I know we don't have him here, and I don't like the fact that he's not here. That's just awful.
The planner?
Yeah, the planner. That's just completely, I apologize to you. I mean, this is not a great situation to put anybody in.
Yeah, my sort of, as you know, 'cause, these here, because I was planning on digging everything out for that, it's one of the dozers,
Yeah.
I have two dozers working down there now. And, so it puts me in a dilemma, because I may be doing something that's not, that won't even be approved.
Well, that's, my question more is not so much the zoning changes going to 3. Is that a proper place to put an apartment? And I don't know. I don't have enough information to make that kind of judgment. And that's what we have planners for, supposedly.
of course, when you're looking at a rezone request, you're looking at more the character of the surrounding area. And is that in line with the surrounding area? You've got the commercial to the south.
Well, the only thing there is.
Are there not like specific kind of checklists here that we can go through on a rezoning, correct? I mean, what are the basic criteria
You mean as far as what it has to meet in order
Yeah.
to get the
to
rezoning?
qualify for rezoning?
No, there's not a specific checklist to mark off. I mean, when you get to the point where you're actually developing those lots into, here's what we're gonna specifically do with it, do we have, the acreage of it versus, the number of units we're putting in and, things like that. Now, that's not part of the rezone request. The rezone request is looking more at the character and use of that land vis-a-vis the surrounding area as well.
I would like to see some apartments being built in Kansas. I think there's a need for them. A lot of our friends around here don't think so, but I think there is a need for apartments. I just don't know that that's the place to be building apartments. I don't have the knowledge or the information that I can make that decision.
Well, and I, without the planner here, I mean, that's just, I think nobody on this board, well, Tony has spent a lot of time and effort understanding planning. Nobody on here does that as a profession. And, we don't have, without the proper information, that's why we have a planner, so that they can provide that information.
If it's not decided on the night, how long would it be for?
Well, that's what.
So we're discussing it.
We need to figure out what the exact date is. I mean, we could look at, recessing to lunchtime tomorrow or to lunchtime on Monday and have, Mr. Easter. or
What's the
whatever.
deadline of us date-wise to have made a decision?
I will need to look and see the dates that everything had been submitted and then pull out the statute and seeing how the statute says we need to calculate.
You know,
Will we just recess this meeting,
Would
this
that-
item?
We could recess, well, we could recess the meeting, or we could call a special call meeting later on, but then we have to go back through the notice requirements. So if we recess.
If you
this
recess it, you don't
Recess it,
have
we
to
do.
do.
Correct, if you recess it, you don't have to do the
But
notice.
is there a time limit on how long we can recess the meeting?
I'll have to look at these dates, I mean, we can figure that out tonight, I mean, we can go into recess for
we're
another
paying your
30
big
minutes.
bucks to know all these
We could
things.
go into recess for another, 20 minutes or so, and let me pull everything together and get the code out and double check it with their time triggers.
What's the pleasure of them?
Well, let's do that, I think that's a, I
Well,
think
do we have a motion?
I think we owe it to
Let's
Mr.
do-
McPherson to do this in as timely a
Let's
manner as
compromise
possible,
at
so.
15 minutes.
No pressure.
Okay,
Is there a motion?
You don't, you're gonna require a motion.
Well, let's
Well,
go
to be
to
official-
the 20 minutes.
To make it official, I move we
Okay,
adjourn, a recess for 15 minutes.
Right.
cool. 7:35 or 7:40?
Yeah.
Okay. Second.
All in favor?
Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Where's the beer? 7:38.
In looking at the statutes, there's a specific 60-day requirement for submission of subdivision plats. It doesn't appear to be a specific requirement for consideration for zoning, before it's automatically considered approved. But out of abundance of caution, because Mr. McPherson has been dealing with this so long, I think it would be in our best interest to try to schedule something in the next 5 business days, just to be fair to him in his time. So, you might wanna just, we go ahead and hear our other item that is on the agenda, the barn trace. Confirmed, and then recess this meeting. Maybe one day at lunch or something like that. And get one of the Lowe's associates.
The last item on the agenda.
Well, Mr. McPherson, we're gonna sit down, you don't need to stop. No one called you to attention.
I was in the military.
By the time we get done with this, we'll set a date next week to come back together to consider this. And I think that's the best, that hopefully we'll have all the information we need to do it.
Okay.
And then we'll do it. Is that,
I understand.
okay, thank you.
We're gonna have all the comments from the engineers or whoever.
Of the president.
Okay.
Gonna have
And
information.
if, at the next meeting, what we're gonna be looking at, it still will be the same question. You'd asked about a checklist, there's no specific checklist, you're basically looking at, you do have to have an acreage requirement, which is met in this situation, combine both parcels together. 5 acres is the minimum for an R3, but you have to meet the acreage requirement, and then you look at, character of the surrounding vicinity, is really what we're looking at. Topography and all that probably does not have as much bearing, on the deciding factor, because you're just looking at character of the use of the surrounding pieces of property.
You'll define character for us by then.
I could define it lots of ways, don't it? So,
All right. All right, the next item on the agenda is the deferral from the last planning commission. They have not resubmitted the plat with sewer or drain fields marked on it, so my assumption is we can defer that again.
Yes,
to the
yes.
next commission meeting, which would be the July commission meeting.
correct. We have 60 days from the date that it is first considered by the board before something automatically comes into effect on a subdivision plat. And also, this deferral to next month has been at their request, because we've talked with the surveyor, he had not been able to get the requested
Oh, we have?
information. Debbie had talked with Brian McCain, or Lori, one, talked with Brian McCain, and said that they would get it to us, and so effectively, this has been their requested deferral. So, we're still within our.
So then it'll be deferred to the July meeting of the planning commission. Now, we need to set a time and a date for this body to come back together.
I know we put it in 7 days, but we could stack it right before the city commission meeting next week, 6 o'clock. If that, does that, would 6 o'clock next Thursday be an acceptable time for you?
Yeah.
That way we can just kind of push those things all together.
We,
That'd be fine with me, Sam.
it's 6
Can't
o'clock.
do it.
6 o'clock.
I can't.
You should do it at 7.
Um,
City Commission at 7.
Next Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Well,
What are your timeframes?
what's a good time for you, Tom?
I mean,
Committed Wednesday, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday be all right, but it have to be before 5. You know, earlier in the day, so, or Friday. Monday, Tuesday, or Friday would be better for me.
what's,
I mean, you
Well,
know, I think
it doesn't
anyone
matter
here
to me.
can likely do a daytime as well, so.
Right, as far as I'm concerned, we can go daytime.
I was gonna say, there's only one time.
Does daytime work for you?
Yes, fine.
I was setting for 8.
He's not up by then, he's not awake by then. Let's set it for 4 o'clock next Thursday. Does that sound okay to you?
4 o'clock next Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Good. All right, we'll reconvene
Does that work for you, Martha?
That works for me.
4 o'clock.
at 4 o'clock next Thursday.
Okay.
Is that good with you too?
And hopefully we will have brought it the planners to the point where they respond.
Well, then,
Can we find a
I think
front
we
meeting?
need a motion to recess till 4 o'clock on Thursday, it's Thursday.
Before you do your motion for recess, I don't think we actually had a formal motion.
It's the 16th, the date.
Well, if we want to table a discussion following recess, table the discussion, because we went out of order. This was item number 3 on the agenda.
Right.
We need a motion to table,
Item
the
3.
McPherson discussion, and then go into recess after that. That would be the formal way.
All right.
I knew we tabled the McPherson
Discussion.
discussion.
We have a second?
Second.
Moving seconded, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, all right,
And, I motion that we,
go into
go
recess.
into recess until 4 o'clock on, June 16th.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Do I detect a motion to adjourn?
Motion
Wait,
to
wait a
adjourn.
minute.
You're in recess, so no motion.
There is no motion, we can adjourn.
Can we find Roger?
Huh?
Okay.
Thank you. Good meeting.